502 arriving in lock.
I wanted to do a school bus rollover training to prepare my drivers in the case of an accident. Our back roads are steep and there's always a chance that a bus can roll over. And I wanted my drivers to get that experience of seeing that bus on its side, seeing papers and book bags and children just all over the place. That way maybe they could try to remain calmer, to be able to function, to be able to help get those kids out and get them safe. A school bus, when it tips, the majority of the time it will tip with the student doors down, and the driver is going to be the one up in the air, and it's going to be scary. I mean, their legs are going to get stuck. They got to figure out how to get out in order to be able to help their children.
The experience that day was pretty realistic in a lot of aspects. It was a training mostly for the school bus drivers to realize when you roll over a school bus or you're in a school bus accident that it is not as simple as what they've seen because of the way they're built, and with that door they tend to tilt that direction. Plus the way you drive on the roadway, if it goes into a ditch or something like that, that's the side towards the ditch. An exit problem for the firefighters right off the bat is one of the doors is actually on the ground and we can't use it. And then the entrances to the on top of it are very small. So most of the time we will take out the front windshield. We also then immediately cut open the school bus on top like we did on this one to get people in and out when they were looking. We will make that entrance to the top of the bus much larger.
The door on the back of a bus opens. When you roll it out, it'll go down flat towards the ground, and you won't have to hold it up. So, getting patients out of the back of the bus was made a lot easier if the bus rolls on the right side. And I was helping getting people out of the bus. They were having trouble getting out. We had to actually help and lift a few people out, and they slid down the door.
As I was walking through the bus, what was going through my mind was I did not realize how bad it was going to be. Like, it's completely on its side. It's not like you're able to walk even a little bit through the aisle. You are walking on the windows, basically. There's going to be glass shards everywhere. And just the thought of having kids on that bus with all that broken glass, they're all on top of each other, it is very terrifying.
When I work with my kids, I try to explain to them that, yes, we're just practicing, but you may not remember it. The hope is that when something does happen, something clicks and you just know. And so this is absolutely, I'm excited that they're doing this for the county.
The magnitude of chaos while collaborating in patient care, ensuring that there's no deviation in our attention focus on the scene. In scenes like this, you have high stress. There's a lot of things going on. Attention can be lost quickly, but we have to remember that the main focus is the patient care and getting the patients to where they need to go that are appropriate for them. Is anyone having any difficulty breathing right now? You are? Okay. I'm going to have you back up for me, okay? Does anyone else have any cuts where it seems like they're bleeding a lot? Scenes like these, when we have the unfortunate case of responding to them, it's not going to be bright and sunny. We're going to have to work with the weather. So I think that it really made sure the guys stayed focused on the patient care. They weren't worried about getting rain on them, getting muddy. And we learned to conquer through the weather.
When I stepped on that bus and knew I had my footing and really took a look, my stomach turned. But then it really hit me that this is why we're doing this. It's hard to see, it's hard to think about, but unfortunately sometimes it's a reality. After I walked through the bus, I just kind of stood amongst the drivers and to listen to the conversations that were being had amongst drivers literally gave me goosebumps.
Are you able to get out at all? Okay. If you can't, no.
To me, that conversation, starting that conversation it's huge because it really makes you take a step back and think.
It's a whole different outlook of the bus. I mean, I felt like the seats was a wall. I mean, and it was kind of eerie, and you just felt enclosed. It was scary.
It was shocking, but also what I'll have to deal with on my day-to-day life when I eventually pursue this career. And I mean, getting used to it now when it's just training, I feel like it's going to make me better and help me learn how to get people out safely and not cause any issues along the way.
Some things that would be beneficial to us would be, of course, the number of students on the school bus, any type of medical information that they may carry. We don't want to overwhelm one particular hospital with taking, 10 or 12, 15 kids to one hospital.
The other thing is making sure we have enough resources for all the patients that need transported. So communication's key on this, because with the incident commander, they're telling everybody, how many victims and all that stuff's getting relayed. So in the process of everything, we're kind of, trying to gear up for what we need when we get off the truck, because it can be chaos.
One of the biggest issues we have is knowing who's on the school bus and who's not on the school bus. It would have been nice to have a booklet to pull up and just say, okay, Billy's here, Jimmy's here, Joan's not here, Kim is there, but Kim's hurt. And then we got to find out who's hurt, where are they going to, can we get their name? And sometimes if the children themselves are incapacitated or injured so bad, a lot of them are just crying and you can't even communicate with them. And then you have your autistic kids and situations where they can't communicate at all. And they've been through a very stressful event. So it would be great to just have that booklet there, that folder.
I came up with the Red Emergency Folder, which has a seating chart. It has what we call e-cards. It's a way we can help the children faster. They looked it over and they said, this is fantastic. I love this idea. How can we get this across the board with other school districts? We invited most of them from our county, at least. We had 57 people there. I'm hoping that all the school districts will take this into effect and put it in the same spot. That way all fire departments know this folder is available right here. I can rip that off and be able to assist those kids faster. And for the drivers to open their minds to how to help those kids, it will help them to think about these scenarios.
Well, I think it's fantastic. This is always the worst case scenario for us when we're transporting our students daily, and to get our bus drivers and even some of our students the experience of what a rollover may look like and what, kind of how it would feel is amazing to me. And for all the drivers who've showed up from around the county to get to walk through and see this, it's really, I think, invaluable training. So thank you, everybody.